Hello, it is I, Savant 2.0 here. It's been a while, my friends. And I just want to say that the last year has not been so kind to us. With the pandemic still ravaging the planet that has, unfortunately, taken away economic income from business owners, to DJs, to producers living on their own, let alone taking away the lives of most of those who have been infected. The least I could do is make more entertaining content for you, Savant fans, and also electronic dance music fanatics. Anyways, today we will be resuming analysis and review a new track from Alexander Wiener's upcoming DLC, or rather a continuation to Void, which the album was released last April. Ever since May 2020, Alex has been constantly teasing for a part 2 to Void. Or should I say, in gamer talk, downloadable content. And so, the hype train settles back up again, with 23 tracks, most of them being VIPs and demo versions of songs from Void with a few new songs, and around a couple days ago, Alexander has released Snake. And oh my god, does it always sound so good. As a dubstep track, Winter has not disappointed us with his grimy bass patches and complex arrangements of supersaws and voice chops. This track definitely fits with the similarity of being included in Zion, even Invasion. And yet, there is still some new sound design that goes into nearly every drop of the song. We can also hear a theme going on here. Starting off Snake, we hear a 2-bar loop comprised of some sort of Chinese instrumentation, sort of like a guitar, with a simple but catchy melody. This theme also fits well with Zion, however, I do like this loop. It also has these 8-bit sounds accompanying the melody and these cymbals in the background, so I already favor this part greatly. And soon it starts to join with some horns in the background and high-end strings as well, which I wish they were a bit louder, and also, I do think there could be some kind of continuation of the melody. It just gets sort of repetitive after 45 seconds, and while during the build-up the melody chops up to some extent, it could just be better. However, the intro is already a bop. And so the drop starts off with a vocal chop, and I must say that it is sort of cute sounding and is a constant minor theme throughout the song. I would have wanted an octave change or frequency shift here and there, but it fits well, and I applaud Alex for doing this, since this has been a music production tactics over the last few years with messing with vocal chops, such as Villain from Jester. As for the grimy bass patches, a lot of variation, as this could sound like Rex from Jester. These growler movements remind us of the dubstep style that Savant has always been, still sounding a bit unique. Also, these triplet layered with the supersaw are so clean and catchy to dance to. And then, the sort of sound is so addicting to repeatedly listen to. And also, the and screeches are a creative switch up to the B-part bass patches. Soon the melodic breakdown with the orchestral pads, and this root note pad fills the atmosphere nicely. And then this lo-fi interlude segment, which by the way, is a fucking surprise Mr. Wiener, is a nice chill-out response to the gruesome dubstep mayhem we have just endured. Also, that is so nice to hear. Even that on every offbeat fills up the slight loneliness of this segment. However, there is also a part of Snake I do not like, not really bothersome, but just redundant, since it feels empty, in a slightly unfortunate way. Around 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, we hear this follow-up to the lo-fi part, which is pretty much the sub-bass taking over, and I will say the approach to this seems clear, but it's just not something I find interesting enough. Sure, the 16th note hi-hat and white noise build-up does seem to fill up this segment, just not enough, in terms of how big this sub-bass actually takes part in. The last drop is pretty much almost the same as the first drop, just with an inclusion of what seems to be some heavy industrial sounds, which again are dope to hear and stuff. The surprise full-time drop though, with mostly industrial sounding bass patches, is a clever move. I did not expect that, which I assume most of us did not either. You really fucked with us, did you, Alexander? Anyways, then we have a last segment of the industrial sound kicking in with the halftime drum beat before ending the track. The final thoughts. I do think that the time signature does not seem to correlate accurately. The melody is in 4/4, but then we get to a 3/4 drop, which of course applies to the other drop in part of the interlude. I would have liked to have heard a 4/4 drop, but there was a demo of Snake teased live on Alexander's social medias last year. It was a bit too simple and I'm glad with this change. Still, just a minor opportunity loss. However, the drops are so diverse and the screeches and asterisk snake asterisk sound almost as if it does sound like an actual snake. Not really, but you get what I mean. I could not get enough of these sounds. It is as if they're calling my name to replay these parts. As for the drops, the growls are really dancing around the stereo field. Maybe a few more centered growls would have been nice, but overall, there's loud and fitting. The drum fills at the end of nearly every 4-bar segment of the drops are constructed properly. The last full-time drop does end the track with some more variety. The drums, especially in the interlude, thump loudly with the beat. In the drops, however, I would have liked the kick and snare claps to sound be a bit louder. The sole reason because the drop is sort of a segment where percussion matters and needs to exist for ravers and concert goers to bop their heads to. Not too much of a bother, just a suggestion. And I also have to say that the interlude does seem to drag on a bit. The differentiation of how the interlude transforms from lo-fi to back to the main Chinese instrumentation loop does not excuse the track from being slightly underwhelming in terms of arrangement. Still, the amount of time that the drops are given are enough. The song ending with the drop makes up for the interlude's redundant extension. Again, this track has a bit of everything and doesn't need to be a clubby banger. I can already tell Alexander did not intend Snake to be a song for strictly headbangers. Knowing Savant, he tends to include some instrumental influences in there, and I don't blame him for it. Overall, Snake is already a great showcase track for the Void DLC. It's got a bit of everything from what the Void DLC will seem to have. I'm so excited for this album, as you may as well call it, to release. The Bandcamp link to pre-order Void DLC will be in the description down below. It comes out soon, so don't miss it. I will also conduct the review for the album as soon as it comes out. Anyways, that is it for another episode of Analysis and Review. See you soon, Cultists, on the next video of the Savant 2.0 channel. Farewell.
I'm INFJ. Thanks for watching this video from Savant 2.0. If you want to see more content from him, you can click here, or you can click right here. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.